is behind this blue orchid? Oh my God, I'm just like, oh, when that blue orchid shows up, somebody's gonna die, somebody's gonna commit suicide. I'm like, what is going on with that blue orchid? Who is behind that blue orchid? Oh my God, what a fantastic show called Little Women. And it's not Jane Austen Little Women, okay? If you're getting confused, no, this is not Jane Austen's Little Women, okay? This is on another level. Oh my God, let's discuss. Let's go. Hello, good people. My name is Anne, and on my channel, I review foreign international shows. We like to travel around the world, enjoying foreign international content. We are not scared of the subtitle. We have conquered that 4-inch subtitle, and we can watch and read at the same time. And in the process, we've diversified what we watch. We're traveling around the world, learning cultures and food and languages. It's so fantastic. If that's something you like to do, you are in the right place. I hope you have your passport because we are ready to go. Let's jet set and go. Traveling around the world, sitting on our couches. Woo, let's go. Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anne, and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review this new show, fantastic show. We've got 2 episodes and it's looking like it's gonna be really good. It's called Little Women, and like I said, this is not your Jane Austen Little Women. I mean, nothing against Jane Austen. I love her work. Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite, but I was like, I hope it's not a remake of Little Women, because I'm like, we've seen that. I don't want to see a remake, and for sure it is not a remake. They're just using the name Little Women, and the reason why, it's because the story is based out of these 3 sisters, and as we know, Little Women from Jane Austen was about sisters as well. So that's the reason why Little Women. That's the reason why you get the name Little Women, but this is a completely different show. By the way, if I lose my voice, it's because yesterday I was at a concert. I went to see Diana Ross is in town. The Diana Ross. Oh my God, look. I was screaming my lungs out. It was so much fun. It was like, stop in the name of love. Before you break my heart, think it all over. Oh my God, it was so much fun. She's on a world tour, so if she comes to your city, please do yourself a favor and go watch the Black excellence that is Diana Ross. It was a fantastic show. So I hope I don't lose my voice in the process of this, because I was screaming my lungs out. But oh my God. Anyway, let's get back to this show. I just think it's fantastic. It just started this weekend. We got 2 episodes and I was like, whoa, that is not what I expected to happen. And obviously it has some of our favorite actresses. This show has a lot of actors and actresses that we've seen in other shows. The main lead is Go Yoon Kim. Loved her in The King Eternal Monarch. Oh, that was a good show. Very complicated, but a very good show. We also have Nam Jin Hyo, who I loved in 100 Days with My Prince or something like that. Oh, that was such a good historical drama. She was excellent in that. And then the third sister is Park Jin Woo, who for me, she's new. I have not seen her in anything. If you've seen her in something else, let me know. But she's new for me. And then we get a cameo. We got a cameo from Song Joong Ki. Oh my God, loved him in Vincenzo. Oh, I was like, why do we only get 5 minutes of an A-lister actor? I get the feeling we're gonna see him again. And then it made my mind start to go crazy, like, you think he's the blue orchid? Is he behind that? Because I'm like, why would an A-lister actor sign up to be a shoe salesman for 5 minutes or 2 minutes with like a few lines? I'm like, how did they convince him to just do a cameo about being a shoe salesman for like 2 lines, right? I'm like, I bet you we're gonna see him again with those crazy shoes that I was just like, wow, people who die committing suicide with red stiletto shoes, that is suspect. And then there's a blue orchid that happens when or shows up when everybody is dying. Ooh, the corruption that's going on. Oh my God. Anyway, for anybody who doesn't know what the show is about, like I said, it's about three sisters. And what we find out is the character of Angel works in this company and she's a bookkeeper. And then she so happens to be a good friend to, by the way, one of our other favorite actresses. She was in the Green Mothers Club that we just finished watching this year. Her name is Cho Ja-kyun and she's playing as Hwa Young. They're both bookkeeping business, and what we find out is that they are more like outcasts, meaning they're not popular at work. Nobody wants to hang around them. People go on vacation, they don't even include them. And so we find out the more we keep going is that although Hwa Young looks like she's an outcast, she dresses, all disheveled, nobody hangs out with her, and she's upstairs always taking care of orchids. That she's been living a double life, right? She's got this alter ego, and with her alter ego is she's this girl who goes vacationing internationally. She's got a lot of money. She's wearing designer clothes and designer bags and hats and shoes, and only to find out that there is embezzlement of money from this company, and apparently she's the one who embezzled the money, which would explain all these expensive clothes and shoes that she wears when she's not at work. She travels to Singapore. Apparently she even has like an apartment and a bank account out there, and has embezzled the slush fund is what's going on. And then obviously we also have the character of Oh Jag-se, who is director Sheen, who by the way is an excellent actor. I so loved him in It's Okay to Not Be Okay. I was like, he acted so well. I think he had like autism and played such an excellent job. So we find out that he's the director Hwa Young has been reporting to. And then obviously as episode 1 comes to a conclusion, we find out, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched, you may want to go finish episode 1, is that Hwa Young ends up dying by suicide, and then the question becomes, why did she kill herself? And then what we find out is she leaves all this money, Angel, and she is like, why did she leave me all this money? And why did she embezzle this slash fund, right? So that's what we're trying to get down to is, why did she kill herself? And by the way, she also died by suicide wearing these red stiletto shoes that the previous bookkeeper, we found out as well, had died the same way with the red stilettos. I'm like, whoo, something's going on, right? So this whole time we get the feeling that director Sheen may be the one who is doing all this. By the way, he was kind of creepy with his silked, oily looking hair, with his green shoes, and then he seems to be a player touching Angel's hair. I was just like, what a creep. And then I guess he's known to have affairs, and just let's just say an evil person. So when it's being set up at episode 1, we're just like, oh, I bet you he's the issue. And then we also found out that he was also embezzling the money and through gambling, and actually got banned from traveling internationally because they found out that he was embezzling money, which we did find out it was Hwa Young who reported him. I know, so complicated. And then they made it sound like director Sheen and Hwa Young was having an affair, but in episode 2, we found out that wasn't the case. So this is complicated. And then we go to Inju's sister, who is called In Young. And then we find out that she's a reporter and an excellent reporter, but we also find out that she's sensitive, and she's been sent to do these reports on really sad things like people committing suicide, abuse of children. And when she's reporting, apparently she's known to be, I guess, not very strong when she has tears. And to cope with this, she started drinking, because she noticed when she drank alcohol, tequila, especially tequila, that she's strong and she's able to get through the report. And unfortunately, she's become an alcoholic. I was like, why does this girl keep swallowing mouthwash? I'm like, you're supposed to use the mouthwash and spit it out. You're not supposed to swallow. But every single time she's using this mouthwash, she's swallowing. I'm like, well, that's strange. Turns out it was not mouthwash. She would fill the mouthwash bottle with tequila, and then she would take a swig. And let's just say she goes to confront this politician who looks like he is crooked, and maybe he could also be the blue orchid, who knows, right? And they're on live TV, and he confronts her like, why do you smell like alcohol? Should a reporter be drunk at work? And then obviously her boss had to investigate, and then they go to her desk and she's got bottles and bottles of tequila. And I was like, girl, oh my God, you do have a problem. Anyway, she's been suspended and she needs to go to rehab and clean herself out. She's lost her license. But in the process, she's also got a tip on this politician who she confronted, because somehow people who have been around have committed suicide, and there's 4 suicides that have happened. And it so happened they're connected to this politician, right? We're getting that is a crook politician, right? And it sounds like he also could be connected to the blue orchid, because the one person who called, fisherman who called In Young to give her information about this politician, somehow ends up in a car accident. He couldn't control the car and ends up in a car accident. Just like director Sheen, like we saw in episode 2, right? I'm like, whoo, that's crazy. So that's interesting. And then the third sister, who her name is Oyinhai, I think that's how you say it, is really, really talented artist. And really, the sisters, the older sisters, wanted to send her to Europe, you know, art school. And their crazy mom, how crazy was their mother? The mother takes the money and runs off to go see the deadbeat husband or father to these 3 sisters and leaves them. So now the girl can't go to Europe. And what she's doing is she's doing painting, but she's doing this painting for this rich family that love her. But now we just saw in episode 2, this girl that she did the painting of took credit for it. So she's getting flowers and awards for doing the painting, and we clearly know she didn't do the painting. It was Inhai who did that, right? Crazy. Anyway, what do you think so far of this show? It is interesting, and it has everything, and it has all our favorite actors. I feel like it's gonna be a fantastic show. I cannot wait for them to start peeling the layers to find out who the blue orchid is, or why the blue orchid. Who is this person that's above them? And it's almost like these bookkeepers are set up to almost like be tempted by this money. They do have a type that they pick to be a bookkeeper. They want you to be poor, because that means, you know, when you're poor, you're always gonna be enticed with money. Let's just say, like the character of Choi Doll says, money is what really, let's be honest, is what makes this world go around. So for that reason, it's so easy to be influenced by money. And clearly they're picking these bookkeepers who are isolated and they're poor, and it's almost like give them a taste. And I didn't like the insinuation of like, just because you're a bookkeeper and you're around a lot of money, that it's assumed that there will be embezzlement. Like, I bet you there's probably bookkeepers out there who probably never touch the money, no matter how much it's at their exposure. So it makes me feel like you're already set up to fail. So that's why I thought it was interesting, because it looks like episode 3, Angel is gonna grab that bag of money and she's like, I am gonna spend it and then go to prison. Almost like, I'm gonna wanna feel what it feels like to have a lot of money, buy what you want, and then I'm okay to go to prison for this. Who cares, right? Oh, but it looks like it's gonna be a good show. I love a show with a mystery, and then we've got obviously sisters that love for sisters, and I'm also feeling like that we also will have some sort of romantic relationship with the 2 lead guys. So it looks like it's gonna be good. And I'm thinking Song Jo Ki will come back too, okay? Because why would he just make a cameo? He's Vincent, so he is a lead actor. Why would he only make a cameo for like 2 lines, and he's a shoe salesman and that's it? That's what you give to B actors. To me, he's an A-lister, so I'm like, I bet you we're gonna see him again. I bet you he could be the blue orchid. Who knows? Anyway, that's why we love these Korean shows. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Little Women. I feel like we're in for a good ride. This is gonna be a good one. I'm planning to review it every week, so please join me next week as I review episode 3 and 4. And as usual, if you like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you next week. Deuces.